now we start with summary, what we learned last time, last class. So it's summary to section 3, and it says, it is forbidden in all circumstances to use liquid to remove stain or diminish its intensity. So, right, we said under all circumstances, as we said, liquid meaning all of the cleansing, like whatever cleanses. It could be vinegar, it could be water, right? So some other things, soap, liquid soap. Also not allowed to remove completely the stain, and even to diminish its intensity. So meaning somebody pour wine on your white tablecloth, and you try to put seltzer or some water to prevent the stain from setting. At least not as much. So it's absolutely forbidden. Okay. There is no exceptions. Okay. Continue. Next one. It is forbidden to rub out stain without the assistance of the liquid. However, one may remove the insignificant stain by rubbing gently. In case of necessity, it is permitted to ask a Gentile to rub out the stain, significant stain. Okay, so again, so laundry is done with liquid, right, as we know. But our sages extend this prohibition to what to similar idea. What is similar idea? You have a stain, right? You have some dirt, and you want to remove it, right? And it says right, and we said there are 3 stages of laundering. First, you soak in water, right? That's forbidden. That's actually what we just said, right? Apply liquid, right? Second is rubbing, right? And third is wringing. So all of these 3 steps, we said, even though it's 3 necessary steps for laundry, even any one of them separate is absolutely forbidden. So now we're talking about the second step, forbidden to rub a stain without assistance of the liquid. So right, it's not only with the liquid, but some like stain that dried up, right? Not allowed. Because the end result is going to be what? You have a stain, and you did whatever you did, and now there is no stain. However, one may remove the insignificant stain by rubbing gently, right? And when we say rub it gently, maybe from the inside, so you have stain here, for example, you rub from inside. You cannot use any implements, of course, no brushes, no other things, but okay. But with a hand, we said, or with a piece of cloth. Okay. In case of necessity, it is permitted to ask a Gentile to rub out the significant stain. Okay. So continue. Next one. It is permitted to remove moist dirt that has adhered to the garment, if it will leave behind a stain. Right. So right. However, one may not use the brush to or rub the garment vigorously. Okay, so before we continue. So it is permitted to remove the moist dirt, right? That adheres to the garment, right? Because usually you don't need much, like you don't need much to remove this moist dirt. It did not get stuck yet, like it's on the surface of the garment. Right, but it's only if it's going to leave behind the stain. So meaning leave behind the stain. Yes, you improve the garment, but it is still a stain. So it's still like you still would want to wash it later. Okay. Right. So of course, as we said, no special instruments. However, may not use the brush or rub the garment vigorously. So right, because that's for sure. It's resembled the laundry. When the dirt has dried, one must be aware of prohibition of grinding. Right. So we said we said that we're not allowed to grind. It's a different melacha. And grind, we said definition is something like a big piece of something, and you create from this from this big piece like you split it in tiny pieces. So a classic definition is like example would be you have wheat, kernels of wheat, and you grind like in a grinder. You have flour. So, but in a sense, you have clump of like dried up earth, whatever, dirt, and when it dried up, like you when you try to remove, so in a sense you grind it and it's like in small pieces. And this melacha, as we said last time, it pertains to everything that grows from the ground. Right? So all of the vegetables, for example, fruits, you would not be allowed to grind, but things that do not um, grow from the ground, so you're allowed. For example, if you want to do a what is it called, like egg salad, fish salad, there is no problem. So you can do this. Okay. Right. So not with dried up, right? Because the problem is grinding. However, one may ask Gentile to remove it if it will leave behind the stain, right? Okay. So leave behind the stain. We said it depends on the color of this garment. So okay. Next one, last one. It is forbidden to remove dirt if no stain will be left behind. So that's obvious because you achieve the goal. So the goal is to like of laundry, something was dirty, garment was dirty, or there has a stain, and now you make it clean. So if it's if you remove completely, whatever even permissible methods, it is forbidden, right? If the no stain left behind. Okay.